أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. This is a continued response to the attacks on the Ahmadi Muslim community and its founder Mirza Ghilam Ahmad. I found it necessary to respond to these attacks because I'm a convert of Islam for about nearly 9 years now, and I've studied some of these topics thoroughly over the years because they were of great concern to me when I first came across them. I wanted to share some of what I found because I find that these attack videos are so disingenuous and dishonest that they can possibly mislead a well-intentioned Muslim brother or sister who's looking for the truth. So the first topic that I want to address is that Qadianies are posing as Muslims, but they're not true Muslims. First off, our title is not Qadianies, nor have we ever called ourselves that. That's a nickname that the mullahs came up with, trying to basically agitate us, I suppose. We're called Ahmadi Muslims. We practice Islam. Islam is our religion. We call ourselves Muslims first and foremost. We distinguish ourselves as Ahmadi Muslims because we believe to follow the Imam Mahdi. And this is something we'll get into later, but for the most part what needs to be understood now is the mullahs, and they're calling us outside of our name, calling us Qadianies, is very similar to Christians calling Muslims Muhamadans. They did this basically as a term of disrespect. So this mullah getting on his video and stating that we don't really follow Islam, we're not real Muslims, he's very disingenuous. He does have a different interpretation on some different things in the Quran than us, but this term Qadiani is one that they made up, not us. As far as the mullah in the video, he actually admits and says, oh, if you go around the Qadianis, you'll find that they pray and fast and they appear to be Muslims, but they're only tricking you. This is really quite ridiculous. Like we would pretend to be Muslims all day, to visitors and other people, who would come around us. We not only pray and fast like this mullah says, but we practice all the 5 pillars. We take the same shahada, la ilaha illallah, Muhammadan Rasulullah. We take hajj, we pay zakat, we read the same Quran, we follow the same sunnah, and we believe that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the Khatam Nabiyyin. So if we do all this, then the question becomes, who has the right to call us kafir? The real issue is an interpretational difference between us and some of our detractors and attackers on a couple subtopics in Islam. The dear mullah in his attack video and those like him seem to be frightened by complex and deep thought in religion. Instead of battling with scholarship and prayer and good works and true understanding and religious concepts, they issue empty fatwas. They call people kafir. They make up nicknames like Qadiani. It would almost be comical, but the fact remains that this is a very important and essential matter for the Muslim world to understand right now. So before I leave this issue and move on to some other ones, it's important that the Muslims understand this very important point. There is no one rigid, single interpretation of the Quran and of Islam. Anyone who tells you so is misinformed. The Quran is a living book, unlike any other book. It has perfect living meanings that unfold with time. And some are time-specific, and some are universal for all time. Many times, the meanings in the Quran are very deeply esoteric or hidden, and they only come out to those who truly sacrifice themselves in the cause of Allah. Of course, many things in the Quran are very clear and unambiguous, but others are metaphorical and open for multiple interpretation. Allah Ta'ala says this himself in the Quran, that He knows best their interpretation. So as much as we would like to, our detractors would like to attack us on these concepts, some of these concepts, Allah Himself has said that He best knows their meaning. So I don't know where they get that they have the end-all, be-all fatwa on what it means. It doesn't make sense. Basically, these people are frightened by this concept and want everybody to believe exactly as they believe. It's kind of childish. Religion is not so simplistic. That there can be deeper meanings than what just they say.